What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the community because I've been able to have the past couple days. I've been able to spend some time on Reddit and on Discord a little bit more. It's been nice as I've been able to slowly get a little bit more back into things and more to a normal routine with my family and everything. So I wanted to talk about something that you'll probably noticed, and that's a lot of people are not spending. You remember last Friday? Last Friday we did a whole video warning you guys, hey, they're changing and adjusting prices based on your region and then currency rates and inflation, all that stuff. Now, they typically do that. They actually already did that, I believe, on iOS months ago. So this is really just Android catching up to what the iOS rates are. Some countries actually went down in price. For a long time, Australia was paying like, for our $100 US pack, it was like 200 Australia. AUD, there we go. AUD, that's the one I'm looking for. USD versus AUD. Now it's down to like 160 AUD. So it's not everything went up. It was more like a correction for everything. But I know that really sucks for some countries whose currency is really struggling, or people who just don't make a lot of money, but they still want to support the game. They still want to spend some money on the game. But nowadays, buying a $100 pack is like literally half of their monthly income in their currency in their country. And that's just something you don't want to do. So I think a lot of people are going to kind of say, hey, I'm not going to spend. Luckily, the past 2 weeks, there really haven't been anything worth spending on. We're going to talk about this week's event and everything. I think everybody's going to continue to not purchase. I do know the community management team said they are looking for feedback. So please leave feedback down below, but be respectful about it. Don't be like, greedy. I mean, try to make it constructive. You know what I mean? I mean, we all can be negative about stuff like this, but I feel like if you can write it in a constructive way, they did say they are going to be reading a lot of feedback. I know they got flooded in-game. Supposedly, I think they had to turn off their in-game support for a little bit because people were just flooding them with probably a lot of nasty stuff too. And at the end of the day, the support team isn't the development team who are making these decisions, but they're going to have to bear the brunt of it, and same with the community management team. So yeah, leave a comment down below. Let's talk about in-game what's going on here, and I'll kind of show you guys what we're talking about. It's mainly a bunch of the big whales. Not every guild is participating, but let's jump right into it and let's talk about it. Okay, so I can actually show you a very prime example of this. If you just go into Interdimensional Arena, you can see a lot of people who are actually just changing their actual in-game name to something that has something along the line of no purchasing. Now, I know Omega Project is one of the big ones pushing for it. Not everybody changed their name, of course. If you are someone who goes on, there's even boycott DH. If you're someone that goes on Discord, you'll notice everybody's Discord names have really changed. But there's not a ton of people changing their in-game name. But you can see that there are some people that are doing it. No purchasing. Again, mainly no Omega Project, which are what I'd probably say is some of the biggest whales on the Android side of things. It's kind of funny because, like I said, iOS already had this, as far as my knowledge goes, and everybody that was on iOS that has been telling me feedback and stuff, they've already had these updated pricings for quite a while, and you can arguably say that iOS is probably the bigger whales than the Android whales. You just don't see it as much because most of us play Android. But when you actually go to the Obelisk Heroes and you check what like the rates are, like the records and everything, our numbers seem to pale compared to a lot of the average iOS players. I'm kind of wow, going crazy. And Lord Eric's not even keeping up, and Lord Eric's on like a newer server though. Wait a minute, did I just say 26? Holy cow, I'm 26. I did not see that coming. I'm still number 2 in light. Cool. Oh, here's something. I know we're getting a little sidetracked here, but here's something pretty cool. Mr. Holmes doesn't actually have any homes, but he said that he has 100% Sherlocks on his account, I think, to get him to 1160, which is pretty absolutely insane. So I thought it was cool. Anyway, back to the topic. You'll even notice in my guild, I think, no spending. We got some people changing their names, but no more. Yeah, see, you see, people are participating, and it's mainly the bigger whales, it sounds like. And like I said, luckily this week there's nothing too crazy going on that people are going to want to spend on. There's, of course, this relay here, which, yeah, it gives some decent rewards and everything, but can you do without it? Yeah, most likely. The one thing that I feel like will be the big temptation for a lot of whales is going to be getting essentially two cores plus, like, what's that? Three, that's 750,000 spiritual essence is a lot of spiritual essence. Core is not as important. You're just using it for the stellar shards to get your core of origins going and all your origin trees going. But luckily this event isn't that big of a deal. The value packages don't have the bonus currency. It's a quest system, so you don't have to worry about buying packages if you want to try to keep up. In reality, this is the perfect way for us to not spend because, well, yeah, there's this part to spend, but you can do like a lot of other stuff. You can get what did I say? It was 150, 60, 190 you can get. So like you can still come away with like one of these and one of these as long as you do your scrolls and all that other stuff that is technically free to play. You're not going to get up to here, of course, but I mean, if you can kind of, I guess you can say, stick it to the man. But again, what the big thing we're talking about here, guys, is we need feedback. We need feedback that is constructive and positive. Again, they are reading stuff. They're paying attention, or at least some of the teams are. We don't know who is doing what and who's in charge of what, because honestly, even the development team, as you've seen in other games, sometimes have no say in the monetization processes. It could be the higher ups. I mean, because you guys remember, the developers aren't the tippy top dogs. Developers just create things and ideas in the game. Some developers, of course, are for monetization, but of course, a lot of it comes from the even higher ups. So just remember that. Sometimes their hands are tied. We've seen some pretty crazy monetization games come out lately, like Diablo Immortal, which is just, it's ridiculous, where you don't even know what you're buying technically, where at least in this game and other gacha games like this, it's not loot boxes. You know exactly what you are buying. You can see what you're buying. Maybe not within the summons after that, but like, I think that's why the whole Diablo Immortal fiasco, like, it was just such a bad fiasco. It makes other games like this not seem as bad. So I don't know. It still really sucks because, of course, I don't feel it because I'm in the US. Everything's pretty much structured around the currency of the US dollar and the conversion rates and inflation. And so we're really not going to feel it because, of course, we're in the US, but everybody else is definitely going to feel it. And that's the one other big thing I want to talk about, because like, even when we take a look at this star relay package this week, it's $100 USD. That translates into, like, I think some people are saying like they used to spend like 120 euro on it, and now it's even up to like 150 euro. And then there's some countries in Europe where people are literally pulling, they're making 400 to 500 euro a month. You can't survive with spending that much on a game, which feels really bad. I know it sucks. It all comes down to the conversion rate. Honestly, if you're one of those people who it's really affecting you, just play free to play for a bit. I know you guys want to be competitive. I know you want to try to get that edge on the opponents. But in reality, there's so much to do free to play too. I would just not spend for now, and maybe we'll see a change in DH games. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Are you participating in the hashtag no purchasing? I think I am, at least for now. We'll see next time a really big event comes around, how much I can, because like there's a borderline of making content and standing for something. Probably try to stand for something. We'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.